afternoon, everyone. I'm Patty Penn with Stitching with My Kitties, and this is Floss Tube number 6. Yay! We just got back from vacation. We were gone about 18 days, I think. We went to a lot of Caribbean islands, 2 of which we had never been to before, St. Kitts and Antigua. We had a great time. We didn't do very many excursions at all. We've swam with the pigs, we swam with the dolphins, we swam with the stingrays and nurse sharks. We've done that a couple of times. So there wasn't a whole lot of that we were interested in doing, but we did do, for the second time, the America's Cup sailboat races. And I can't remember which island that's on. Hey, Daisy May. I don't know if she'll come up. Come up, Daisy. Oh, she's sneaking up on her brother Duke. I don't think you can see him. I'm afraid to move the camera. I don't think. Can you see them? Barely. That's Duke on the floor. Daisy May's walking around him. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't make you too busy. I can't pick up Daisy. She's just too skittish. Don't know if eventually she'll come around. I don't know. And I don't know how to make her more comfortable being picked up. So we just let her come to us on her terms. And she is quite the spoiled little girl. She has the 2 brothers, Dallas and Duke. You've seen Duke before in a couple of videos, I think. Damon and I have never, ever allowed any of our fur babies to beg for food or eat human food. It's just not allowed. When we're at the dining room table, the dogs had to be under the table laying down or beside of us laying down. They could not get up and move. That was just not allowed. And we never, ever allowed any of our cats to get up on the kitchen counters, the kitchen islands. That's bad. That's bad, bad, bad. And they were not allowed to get on the tables. Well, these 3 like to get up on the wood furniture. Now, we've always allowed all of our pets to get on the sofa and the chairs, all of that. That was not an issue. I've never had cats get on the wooden furniture, like the buffet or the bar that my husband built in the breakfast nook, or on the stools. We have a little 2-person high table with high stools. They love to get up on those stools. So anyway, Daisy and Duke started getting on the dining room table, and we told them not to do that. We scolded them. Well, you can't really say we scolded them because, when you look at them, they're just too cute. You can't get mad at them. So after, I don't know, maybe 3-4 months, we finally gave in and just, we knew that we were not going to win that battle. So we let them get on the dining room table. Now, Daisy likes French fries, and her previous owner told us she liked French fries. Daisy May started begging if we would, sometimes on Fridays, I would go and pick up lunch at, Chick-fil-A or Arby's or, and we would get trays and sit on the sofa and watch television while we're having lunch. And Daisy May would get up and look on my tray and try to get a French fry. Well, I never allowed her to do it. Then Damon was eating chicken. And I looked up and he was feeding her a little tiny piece of chicken. from his plate. Yes, she was eating from her daddy's tray that afternoon. So the other night he was eating fish, and we happened to be eating on trays again. This was before we went on vacation. And I looked over, and Daisy May took her little paw and put it between where you pick the tray up, you know, those holes, the handle things. She was sticking her hand through the handle and tapping on his fish. He let her do it. I don't know why, but now she is more than spoiled. There's not a word in the English language that explains how spoiled that little kitty is. Now, Dallas and Duke are not interested in human food. They do like laying on the dining room table. But I have caught Duke several times before we left on the kitchen counters, and he was jumping between the counter and the island. Now, I'm not giving in to that one. I don't care. They are not allowed on the kitchen counters. I've given in already. So, that being said, Dallas is asleep right in front of me. If you don't mind holding on for just a minute, I want to pick him up because I want you to see what a beautiful kitty he is. So, bear with me just a minute. I'm sorry to have to leave the camera for a minute, but I do want you to see him. Hey, Daisy Bay. Hey, pretty girl. Dallas, I want you to be on my little floss tube. You gotta get up here and be seen. You gotta be seen. Here he is. Here's my Fluffles, Mr. Fluffles. He is the softest cat I have ever had. I have never felt fur this soft. And he's, you know, kind of long hair and a fluffy tail. And you're such a good boy. Your mama's baby boy. He loves my husband. Are you just going to sit here? You're just going to let me hold you? He was asleep. So I think that's why he's let me hold him now. Do you want me to put you back where you were? You want to say hello to all the floss tubers out there? All the cross stitchers? Aw, you're sleepy. Your mommy's sleepy boy. I'm going to put him back so he can go back to sleep. Daisy May, you need to get up and say hello to everyone. There you go, little boy. There you go. So, I came up here about 12 o'clock, and it's about 20 after 2 now. So, and all 3 kitties have been up here with me all day. So, sometimes they come up and stay with me. Sometimes they come up and leave, but they have been with me. And when we got home from Greensboro, I may have mentioned this on my previous Floss Tube number 5. We went to Greensboro to visit family for Easter. And we came back, and we were only gone 2 nights. So I let them, we put out plenty of food and water, and just, since it was just 2 nights, we knew they would be okay. So we get home, and Duke comes downstairs right away. And Daisy May wasn't far behind him. But Dallas, I called and called and called, finally came up here to my sewing room and my craft room behind me. He was laying on my sewing table like, why are you disturbing me? So I didn't know how they would react after us being gone for so long, because a friend of mine's son takes care of them when we travel. Excuse me. So, Christian would send me pictures and little video clips, and Dallas, as I've mentioned before, he's very, very standoffish. He is very timid, but he loves Christian. He loves Christian and comes out regularly. He'll lay on the kitchen floor while Christian's getting their soft food ready, all of that. So, Daisy was the first one down, and it was only, I don't even think we were in the house even probably 2 minutes max. And Duke was right with her. And so I was calling for Dallas, and it may be about 5 minutes, and I was going to make my first trip up to the second floor to take some stuff so that we could start unpacking and put things away. And as I started up the steps, Dallas was coming down the steps. So he finally, I didn't have to go find him. He gave in this time and met me on the second floor. He must have been up here in my sewing room. Our house is 3 levels up in a basement. So anyway, it made me happy that I didn't have to look for him. So maybe he kind of sort of missed us. I don't know. So, but now back to vacation. I don't know how I got so sidetracked with everything. So we went on this America's Cup sailboat race. We had done it before. And the first time we won. And I was the iceberg lookout on the first race. And that was back probably in summer 21. Then this time I was the iceberg lookout and the bartender. So I had a very important job to make sure that there were no icebergs and to keep everybody well hydrated with the beer. So that was a lot of fun. It was extremely windy and the seas were kind of rough, but we still had a blast. I was not scared at all, and but we lost. So I'm 1-1. So I guess we'll have to go again so that I can be 2-1, because I don't want to lose. So. And then the last port of call was Cozumel, Mexico. And we wanted to go to Chichen Itza. We had never been. The first time we went to a Mayan ruin was in Chichoban, which is Playa del Maya, a little island. Don't know exactly where it is in relationship to Cozumel and the mainland Mexico. So we really wanted to go to Chichen Itza because it's a much bigger complex and it has been explored a lot longer. Chichoban is a fairly new archaeological find. I don't remember exactly when, but Chichen Itza is much more well known and is very well, and they're still doing archaeological digs. So we were so excited that we were going to be able to go to Chichen Itza. And we looked at doing a helicopter excursion, just a private helicopter, because I'm still very worried about COVID and RSV, and I've got all my shots, all my updates, all, everything. But I still have to be really careful because if I do get sick, being diabetic, I can get extremely ill just because of the diabetes, even though my blood sugar is well controlled. So we decided not to do the helicopter trip though, because for 2 main reasons. My husband was very, very concerned about the safety of the helicopter itself. He used to work for FEMA before he retired and did quite a lot of, quote, island hopping for his job when hurricanes would hit. And he was not overly enthusiastic about the safety of the airplanes that he flew in, and did not feel that some of the Caribbean governments had nearly the stringent rules and regulations that the FAA has. So he was very concerned about that. And then when we compared, we were only going to be at Chichen Itza approximately an additional 15 minutes by taking the helicopter versus taking the ferry and the bus. Because either way, we had to take the ferry from Cozumel to, I want to say Cancun, and that's not right. I forget where it was. But anyway, it was a 45-minute ferry boat ride just to get to the mainland. Then it was a 2.5 hour bus ride, or 2 hours. No, I guess it was about 2:15. So just to get there and then reverse it coming back. Well, my husband gets seasick very easy, and he has to wear that little patch behind his ear. So the seas that morning were really rough, and he was really green. He was not feeling well when we got off the ferry and walked to the bus where the buses, we loaded the buses. So anyway, we get to Chichen Itza, and you know, like any kind of touristy place, it was a little current time little plaza, picnic, not picnic exactly, but a couple of vendors selling food and coffee and beer, all sorts of stuff. And then we all took a little break, like maybe 5 minutes, and then we entered into the Chichen Itza proper. And I was so excited because I knew that the pyramid at Chichen Itza was much, much bigger than the one at Choctoban. And we had actually climbed the one at Choctoban, and I knew that you could not climb at Chichen Itza because people were putting graffiti on the ancient stones. So I respect them for doing that. But we were beyond disappointed. It was not a good experience. There were pathways or walkways and vendors lined up throughout the entire part of the complex that we went through. We only went through, I think they said it was the northern part. I don't remember. But you could not appreciate the history and the culture of the Mayans because there were all these tarps with people, I hate to say it this way, but they were hawking goods. And some of them had some kind of weird wooden, it wasn't an instrument, but they would blow in it. It would sound like a jaguar or a lion roaring. Well, that just was not a pleasant experience. So we didn't get, we got fairly close to the pyramid. Then we went and saw what I would call a plaza. I don't remember what they called it. They might have called it the palace. And it had several levels, and you could see the columns, and we saw a picture of an artist's interpretation of what it would have been like when the Mayan were there at the height of their culture. There would have been vendors all along the front and then down the side. It was a huge building, and it was beautiful, but again, we could not get anywhere close to it. And then we went and saw a third building, and I don't remember what it was, but there were some really pretty carvings. And most of the carvings actually were painted, and you know, it was stone. But then the guide, you know, told us all of the different natural elements they used to make the pigments to paint the stone. So that was interesting. And then we went to the I call it a ballpark, where the Mayans used to compete with, it's been, I think it's a lot like soccer maybe, because they could only use their hip and maybe their elbow, and they tried to get it through, not, you know, how basketball, the ball goes in this way and through the net. Well, this one was it was round this way, and they tried to get the ball in, you know, kind of like throwing a football or kicking a football through the uprights, but it was just a little circle. So anyway, and the losers were killed. So that was interesting. That was probably the least disappointing, but And then it was just heartbreaking to me because, you know, we had a long drive in to get to the complex, and there was trash and plastic bottles and plastic containers just littered both sides of the street. And it's just heartbreaking to think that such a beautiful culture, both the Mayan and the Mexican culture, disrespects the ancestry. What I did not realize is that there are still Mayan families that we drove through a Mayan small community right outside of Chichen Itza. So that was interesting, but heartbreaking at the same time. So let's talk about cross stitch, since I've been talking about everything else but cross stitch for the last 21 minutes. Sorry. I was watching Niecy Lynn, and she is restarting Lucy V. Moore. She did not like her fabric choice. Excuse me just a moment. Everything here is yellow. The pollen is everywhere, and it's driving me crazy. So, and she was having a really difficult time. Well, hello, Daisy May. Don't shake the table. She was having a really difficult time getting her eyelet stitches to look nice. And if you recall, here, I'm going to turn the camera down. Excuse me just a minute. Let me see if I can get you to see Daisy. Daisy, can you turn around and say hello to everyone? Here, say hello. Say hello, Stitchers. Hello, Stitchers. Yeah. You can say hello to Padme. That's Niecy Lynn's kitty. All right, anyway. Where was I? Oh, so I did, what is this? Don't chew that. I didn't do the eyelet stitch. I did the Smyrna cross because I had never done the Algerian eyelets, and I didn't think that my stitches would look good. I tried it and they didn't look good. So anyway, so she is doing hers, I think, on Vintage Country Moke. I think it's 32 count. So, and that's what I was doing mine on. Her first piece was 30 count, which is, I think, what the actual original pattern was stitched on. So, just as a refresher, let me get Lucy V. Moore out of here. Here's my, I made 3 bags. I made one for Niecy, one for me, and one for my sweet, sweet friend Judy, who really showed me what a wonderful and kind and giving community the cross-stitch community is. And I really, really appreciated all of her work. So when I make bags, most of the time I'll make 3 basically the same, that look basically the same with the same fabric line, and send one to Niecy and one to Judy. But here's the Lucy V. Moore. Here's the actual, and you will see, I'm going to show you, I did make some changes. Let me see here. Okay, right here is a bowl of flowers, and I did not have enough room. My counting got off somehow. I don't know how, but it did. So I just mimicked the little basket, made it slightly bigger, and put that up there. So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you my whole, I'm not quite finished, but this is, so here, hold on. Okay, here's the little red basket, and then there's the one that I substituted because I didn't have room. Not nearly enough room. And then above here, excuse me, Daisy May's trying to look. And then here's the rest of it. I've started the 1/1 right here, which is a little basket. I'll show you on the picture. A little basket of fruit right here. And it's looking so much better because I actually, since it's 1/1 and 32 count, I used a hoop, and that just it's making a huge difference. And I knew it would, but I didn't have one. Then also across the top of the flag, it says the Stars and Stripes, and that too is 1/1. I'm not sure if I'm going to put that in or not. I don't think it necessarily needs it. If you have a comment, leave me a comment and let me know if you think I should put it in or not. If I get this finished by Wednesday, it's my local Alexandria LNS is having their stitch night Wednesday night. So if I finish it, I'm going to take it in to choose the frame for it. It's going to be big. It's going to be really big, but I do love it. This was a fun stitch. So I'm glad that Niecy asked me if I would join her in Stitching Lucy. And if you follow me on Instagram, I'm Patty Penn and then the numeral 4, Patty Penn 4. You will see a lot of my progress that as I posted. I posted almost every day on Instagram while we were on vacation. Our sea days, I spent most of the day out on the veranda and just relaxing and stitching and listening to my book on tape. So let's see what else. What's next? I have some haul. The first thing that I want to show you is from I got it through the Fat Quarter Shop. And I'm going to turn the camera, well, no, I won't. So it came in this little box, and this is by Kohana, Cohana, and it's a Japanese company. It had this little bit of bird's nest inside the box, which is cute. Then it has a little basket, and in the basket, there's a really pretty, it feels like porcelain maybe, needle minder, and a cute, cute, cute little pair of thread snips. Now, I actually bought a pair of these in Alaska a couple of years ago, and I forgot to take them on the airplane. I did not have any scissors on our way down to Fort Lauderdale that I could cut my thread with. Didn't have anything, so you had to use my teeth. Then it comes with this cute, cute, cute little, is it going to focus? There it goes. I think that's some silk and a little needle. Whoops. And a little needle. That's not. And then a little piece of pink fabric. And I love it because pink is my absolute favorite color. So I'm going to put this, I might just display it as is for the rest of spring before I switch over to red, white, and blue, Americana, 4th of July, Memorial Day type decorating. So I got this. I don't know if they still have them in stock because they had a limited number, but I just think that's fabulous. And speaking of Fat Quarter Shop, they're doing a stitch along called Moonbeams. It's their 2024 charity cross stitch pattern. They do a cross stitch and a quilt every year. The chart is free, the quilt pattern is free, but they do ask you to make a donation to, oh shoot, what's the name of it? It helps the children who are extremely sick, have special vacations. I cannot remember the name. What is that charity called? It'll come to me. the minute that I shut down. But it's the Moonbeam Sal, and they just asked for a donation. It's a very, very, very good charity. I believe Fat Quarter Shop has supported them for a number of years. It's always nice when we get to see they'll get little snippets of children that have benefited from the contribution from the stitching community and Fat Quarter Shop to get their special day. So I got that, and then I also ordered, they have this little Moonbeams electric, good grief, magnetic closure box, and I ordered the floss pack, and I ordered the needle minder. So I don't know when I'll start that, and I think I will do it on the navy. I know I have some navy. I think it's 25 count Lugana. It might be 28 count. But I think I look forward to stitching that. I don't know when I'll get it started, though, as I said. Then, while I was also ordering, I got Flamingo Toes needle minder. Of course, I love Americana. So this is going to go downstairs with me so that I can put my put it on my, I have one of the Lori Holt's bee book holders, and I took the stand off the back, and since it's magnetic, I can put my magnet line keeper and all that right on it. So that works well. So, and I love anything from Siggy's Closet. Christina has an Etsy shop called Siggy's Closet, and that's SIGGY' Closet. And I put in an order, and Christina sent me this sweet card, and I'll show you what I got from them, because I love everything that Christina does. So the first was an Easter set, and I know it's past Easter, but that's okay. Has this cute, let me see here, Easter eggs. There you go. And then it's got a little bunny and a red charm. And then I got another bunny needle minder. I already have one of these, but I just love it. So that came. And then I had to get a scissors fob or a zipper pull, either one. And this I love. It's got a heart at the top. Then it says Happy Easter. And then it's got little charms at the bottom. Again, a little bunny. I don't know if I can get it to focus or not. Doesn't look like it wants to focus, but I love it. I love it. I love it. And then I ordered this cardinal set, and it is so pretty. It's the floss stripes, and it's got a cardinal, and then it's got the snowflake with the red gem in the middle. I think this is lovely, and I can't wait to use it. So thank you so much, Christina. Oh, and she sent me some. I love it. Y'all know I love bunnies. I love bunnies. Oh, and I got something else. So these were in my package too, but let me take them out because they're so cute. A little pink bunny and a daisy. What could be better? Pink bunnies and daisies. And then I forgot I ordered one other one here. Again, bunnies, of course. Why not? So, here are the bunnies. And then this one's got the little charm, bunny charm, and the little bling. So, those are my hauls from Siggy's Closet, and I'm just beyond happy with them. I am in two fabric clubs. I just started the one Mystic Fabrics, and I get their light and their dark. And so this month it was Purple Posies and Heliotrope. So you get one light and one dark. So I don't know how many months I'm going to stay with this. I'm getting quite a bit of 40 count Verdal now. So and yet maybe till the end of the year, and I might even switch to the neutrals. That's the one thing that I don't have a lot of in especially 40 count. I have some nice neutrals in 36 count, most of which I got from Fabric Flare. And then I got my Fiberlicious fat quarter of the month, and this is Magnolia Magic. And that's looking pretty true to color. That might be slightly darker in real life. So I'm happy with those. Don't know what I'm going to stitch on them yet, but I know I'll get around to it one day. Then I ordered some individual Veldani colors that I needed. I'm doing a lot of these with... I'm sorry, Daisy May just dropped something in the trash can. She's on top of my counter across the room, and I have a little bucket waste paper bin, and she just knocked something in there. I hope I don't forget to go and look to see what it is. So I got those. I got my Valdani, and then I've already shown you this before. The Primrose Cottage Needleworks, the 12 monthly minis. I'm sure you've seen them. They're all over. Everybody seems to be stitching them or wanting to stitch them. And then here's the back. So I got the finishing kit for all 12 months. I got the finishing kit. So that is going to be nice. And then I ordered the pins also. So I'll show you a few of the months. There's January. And February, March, I guess that's in like a lion, out like a lamb, maybe. April, oh, how cute. Look at that pretty little posy. Can you see? Pretty little posy. May, another pretty posy. June, of course, a strawberry. Got to have strawberries. July, a star. August, a bee, a bumblebee. How cute. How cute is that? September, acorn. October, this looks like a black star. November, of course, pumpkin. Is that cute or what? And then December, holly and berries. And these are from Just Another Button Company. So I can't wait to get started on these. I'm not sure what the October one is. Yeah, I see it here. October is this one. I don't know that I will stitch that one. I don't stitch October. Or I don't stitch Halloween. I don't have anything against Halloween. I just don't stitch it. I might have a couple of patterns. I don't decorate for Halloween, except for my Kimberbell. I do have the Kimberbell Boulevard bench pillow that has lights and everything in the little town. So I do put that out. And I have a small quilt that I did on my embroidery machine. It's an embroidered little Halloween wall hanging. I'll have to remember to bring it up one day and show you. It's really cute. A friend of mine actually designed that embroidery design. So that was, I put that out, and I put my Boulevard out. But so, you know, don't be mad at me because I don't stitch Halloween. Don't think I'm against it. I just don't stitch it. So, and then I've shown you this before. It's the Patriotic Quaker that came out by Primrose Cottage Stitches at Nashville Market. And I got the floss and the finishing kit. So I might, when I finish Lucy, I have to make my smalls exchange for StitchCon Weekend B. I have to do that, but then I'm thinking that I'll do the Primrose Cottage Patriotic Quaker. I don't have a lot of smalls for Memorial Day, 4th of July. Oh, and while we were in whatever island that was that we did the sailboat racing, the island is actually French and Dutch, and we were on the French side. So if you know what that island, excuse me, I just dropped a bunch of stuff. If you know what island is half French and half Dutch, would you leave me a message so I can figure out where I was? I didn't know what the itinerary was the entire time. It was just, I got on the boat and enjoyed myself. So, anyway, they have a Mr. Tablecloth on the island. It's a linen store. And so I got a square little, it's probably like 40 by 40 maybe, for 4th of July. So, and I have a small round table in the formal dining room that I put different cloths on throughout the years. And I did not have any Americana for it. So that is great. Okay, now on to charts. I'm almost done with haul. I got my monthly weigh-in by Stitching with the Housewives. This is June. So cute with all those strawberries. Makes me hungry. And then I got my word swap for May, which is Daisy's. And I probably need to start that, but I'll get around to it soon, maybe. For June of 2027, 2028, who knows? And then I'm in the Fat Quarter Shop Cartage Garden Fabulous House series. And this month is Hobbit House. Isn't that cute? So that'll be fun to stitch. And I think I'm going to stitch them. I'll have to look when I get the entire series. I may stitch those individually rather than as a whole. So, and then of course I had to get some more Quakers because I've gone down the Quaker rabbit hole like you wouldn't believe. So I got Quaker Peace. And I think this is beautiful. I love the colors. So I'm going to be stitching it in red and blue. I'm using, and I just stuck them in the package here. I'm using Cranberry and Freedom by Gentle Art. And I think those will be very pretty. I'm going to, in fact, I think I'm going to do it when I finish up here. I'm going to coffee dye some Verdal to see if I'm going to like it or if I need to find a different, I've got some 36 that, you know, has a nice neutral beige color. And then I got Quaker Seasons. This is autumn. And I might change the colors up just a little bit. Maybe put some burgundy in and maybe a mottled green. I pulled out two of the colors that it calls for. It calls for cinnamon, pumpkin patch, and burnt orange. But it also says you can use old purple paint, Highland Heather, angel wings, and those are all from Gentle Art. So I pulled the burnt orange and the cinnamon. Here's the burnt orange. No, here's the cinnamon, and here's the burnt orange. I like the burnt orange. The cinnamon may be a little too brown for me. So, but I don't think I want to go into the purplish or lavender color. So I'm not sure how I will change that up, but I'm thinking keep the burnt orange and maybe add a golden color, or maybe even that currant might be good. And just a bit of green. I'm going to have to play with that. And then I got a Quaker Christmas, which I really wanted. And they did not have it at my L&S here in Alexandria. But I did find it online at 123 Stitch. And I'm going to use, for this one, it calls for Balsam Fir, Cupid, and Ye Olde Gold. So I have some balsam. I have Ye Olde Gold. I haven't pulled it yet. But this is Classic Colorworks. Cupid and Balsam Fir and with some gold. And it doesn't take the angel appears maybe the only thing that is gold in there. Right there. So we'll see. If I do use that, if I do use the Cupid, I'm going to have to get quite a bit more because it does call for quite a number of skeins. But of course, it's going to depend on what size. If I stitch it on 36 or 40, then I won't need nearly as many. And then I got Spring Quaker Seasons. I think that I love the colors in this one. And it calls for avocado, sweet petunia, and bubblegum. So, and I have all three of those colors in here. I won't start this one anytime soon unless the mood just really strikes me all of a sudden. Here are the three colors together, and I think they're gorgeous. Again, all Gentle Arts. Isn't that beautiful? So I'm going to do that one day. And then if you're on Instagram, I don't know if you have seen, Crochet A Go-Go has a free, I think it's a 5-part series to celebrate her 20th anniversary. Or 20,000 thanks. So now I'm not sure what it goes for. But I love mice too, and I think this is cute. So I'll be stitching this. And then I am on Tiny Modernist Patreon. And she is doing a 5-part series. I'm trying to look to see if I can show you. No, better not. But this was part 1, and part 2 is being released. I just need to print it out. So, I guess that's it for today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. My next Floss Tube number 7 will be 12th May. That's Mother's Day. So, I hope all of you have a fabulous 2 weeks. And I hope you will recommend me to your friends, subscribe, like the video. And I'm just trying to get my little stitching with my kitties out there. And hopefully I'll get some more subscribers. And again, have a great day. And I'll see you on May the 12th. Take care, Stitchers. Bye.